guys, welcome to Mondays with Noah, and today we're going to be talking about how I knew I was trans. The thing to remember from this is that everyone's transition is different. Just because I felt a certain way when I was younger doesn't mean that everybody has to feel a certain way when they were younger. Just because somebody else didn't realise until they were in their 30s, it doesn't mean that because you have realised that you're trans at a younger age that you're not trans enough or you're not doing it correctly. There's no correct way to transition. There are a couple of different memories, I guess, of when I was younger. Things that people have told me, things that I have told them, various different things. Really, I remember, I wouldn't say that I was a trans child, but I was definitely aware of feeling like a boy, I guess. I was brought up Christian, Church of England, by a Catholic mother, Catholic grandparents. I was never big on religion. I was aware of a belief in God, and I would pray pretty much every night that I would wake up a boy. I remember bargaining with God. That was quite fun. Come on, just a weekend. A weekend. I'll be a girl from Monday to Friday, and then I'll be a boy from Saturday to Sunday. I remember telling a lot of people when I was younger that I wanted to have surgery to make me a boy. And I remember kind of knowing about it, but not really knowing what happened. I remember being in a playground with my friends, and they said, "Do you want to be a boy?" And I said, "Yeah." And they said, "How would you do it?" And I was like, "Oh, well, they do an operation where they just make your penis for you. It's like a transplant." That's not what happens at all. I'm sure that there will be a video at some point talking about surgery and bottom surgery. As I got older, I attributed it to being a lesbian, which, ironically, I now identify as a gay man, so I think that's really confused everybody in my life, to be honest. And I think around the age of 14 I became aware that I was potentially attracted to women. I mean, I was still attracted to men, but there was also an attraction to women as well. And I guess I just put my boy feelings to that. Like, oh, every lesbian feels like this. And they don't. They really don't. I lived as a girl with boy tendencies until I was about 17. My mum took me shopping. We would fight every single time we went. I'm quite surprised that my mum didn't just leave me in the car park. And then one day, my mum took me shopping to buy clothes for, and we were walking around. My mum said, "Shall we try some boys shops?" And honestly, she spent so much money on me. I was picking out ties, shirts, jeans, boxers, so much stuff, and I was in my element. I guess that's kind of where it started, and I went like a butch lesbian. My style came from Shane from the L Word. I mean, she dressed well, so then I was with my first girlfriend, and we were going to an event, and it was a formal event. I went into every single girl shop. I just felt like a man in drag. I kind of started to realise this isn't how I should be feeling. And that night, I met a load of trans guys. Yeah, we just kind of discussed stuff, and we realised my experiences were exactly what they had been feeling, and that I was probably somewhere on the trans spectrum. And then I spent most of my time researching, and then I found out about binding, and I found out that you could have surgeries, and then that was it. And then I came out, but that's another story, that's another video. It was a very long journey. I have had people tell me since I've come out that they weren't surprised at all, that they remember when I was at birthday parties when I was younger, my mum would put me in a dress and I would cry. And I remember there was one day where there was a bouncy castle and we weren't allowed to go on in mixed gender groups. I said, "I want to go on with the boys," and they said, "You can't, you're a girl." And I went, "But I want to be a boy." And they went, "Fine." I wanted to play rugby, but my mum let me. Said that it was dangerous. Ironically, I did end up playing rugby, but it was in university. So I always had a little bit of a preference for hanging out with the boys. Now I'm mostly friends with girls. So that's how I knew I was trans. Your experience doesn't have to be the same as mine. I know people who didn't know. I know people who lived as boys when they were younger and they wouldn't respond to any name that wasn't a boy's name. I think if you're questioning whether you're trans or not, there's already something there. It takes a long time. Don't expect it to be overnight. You don't expect your experiences to be the same as someone else's. There are no two trans people who are alike. There's various different experiences, and that's why we're doing this channel. We want to give everyone a different perspective of what it's like to be trans, whether you're pre-op, post-op, pre-T, non-medical transitioning. All of these things are things that we'll probably talk about at a later date. I think just follow yourself, be true to yourself, take it one day at a time. You can take as long or as little as you like to figure yourself out and figure out what you're going to do. I hope this has been helpful. I hope it's been insightful. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next Monday. The most gigantic bird has just flown past my window. I'm going to be eaten by an eagle. This could be my last video. A dragon is about to come through my window.